Welcome to Yelza, a snack-sized slice of Viennese classical music and Austrian culture. I'm your host, Daniel Adam Maltz. Today, we're talking with Dr. Thomas Travich from the Theatermuseum in Palais Lobkowitz, where many Beethoven pieces, such as the Eroica Symphony, had their first performances.
So, this palace was built in 1687 and purchased by the aristocratic Lobkowitz family in 1745. Beethoven was financially supported by the seventh Prince Lobkowitz. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
He was a lover not only regarding music, but regarding arts all over. And he took care of having lots of concerts, performances in his palace. He was a person who also took care of having an own orchestra, and he spent enormous amounts of money, which actually finally meant his ruin, because he spent so much money not only in financing the musicians, but also he bought instruments. And he didn't ask money for the musicians in order to be here. He just offered the house as an open house so that music could take place in here.
So he's a real, just benevolent benefactor to the arts.
Absolutely, a total benefactor.
So we are sitting in what has now become known as the Eroica Saal.
Yeah.
So obviously that means that suggests that the Eroica had its first performance here. What other Beethoven pieces had their first performance here?
From what I know, the Fourth Piano Concerto, of course the Third Symphony, the Fourth Symphony, the Coriolan Overture, so that had been performed in here first. Some first performances have been here for a private audience. So I'm not sure if we are allowed to call that as a first performance. Maybe yes, but premiered for a paying audience was in many cases way later.
It's interesting to hear these pieces, the Eroica Symphony, of course, Fourth Symphony, Coriolan Overture. I mean, these are monumental works which are heard in the large concert halls today, such as the Musikverein, just down the way. So there's quite a different atmosphere here. How big is this space and how many people would it sit?
It was a separated place for the audience as well as for the musicians, and not more than 50 persons were allowed to be in here, or could have a place in here.
Right.
Yeah, but the rows of seats have been also different, so they wouldn't have been together like one next to the other. They just was sitting around. There's a wonderful film about the Eroica. I'm not sure if you know that.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking.
That gives you an idea. People were coming in and walking out, and while the music was performed.
Right. It's an interesting insight into the way that music was experienced in the 18th century.
Yeah.
And as we mentioned earlier, he was also a financial backer of Beethoven.
Yeah.
He was one of the three aristocratic families that gave him a stipend.
He was. You're talking about this famous contract.
Yeah.
Talking about Kinsky and Archduke Rudolf and of course Lobkowitz.
Yeah.
When Beethoven had the chance to leave Austria in order to go to Kassel, they found a solution in offering him as much money as he would have had in Germany, and that was the main reason why he stayed, which was in, I think, 1809.
Yeah. So, Beethoven is sort of famously erratic character and also somewhat pushing against the ideas of the aristocracy, and yet having financial backing and relationships from Lobkowitz. What was their relationship like?
As we all know, Beethoven was not an easygoing character. And of course there are stories, but the aristocrats, and of course especially Lobkowitz, they knew what they had in Beethoven and how he would react, and they were, maybe we can say, sort of used to it, and were used and then knew how to handle the situation.
They're a little forgiving of his character.
A little bit, of course. Yeah.
And Beethoven dedicated many pieces to this Lobkowitz through the years.
He dedicated a number of pieces to Lobkowitz, not only the Third Symphony, but more than that. And of course, he also dedicated a number of works to Archduke Rudolph, who was a musician and who did play in an orchestra, even in a solo parts.
Well, Dr. Trabich, thank you for your time today.
Wonderful.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to be notified about new videos. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it with your friends. Visit classicalcake.com for more. I'm Daniel Adam Maltz. Bis zum nächsten Mal.